So I want to cover the Excel if function today. First thing I'm going to do is just cover the Excel definition of the if function. So the if function checks whether a condition is met and returns one value if it's true and returns another value if it's false. So the way the if function is structured is you have the name of the function and the open parenthesis, and you have a logical test. So the logical test is usually something like A1 is greater than 15 or A1 is less than 0 or A1 is blank or A1 is not blank, that kind of thing. So you're basically testing a cell for some value. Then when that test is done, Excel will allow you to specify a value if it's true or do some kind of computation if it's true. Then Excel will allow you to specify a value if false and then do some kind of computation if it's false as well. So what we want to do is we're going to create a function here, and this spreadsheet consists of salespeople for a car company, and we want to give them a 5% bonus if they met or exceeded $15,000 in profit margin. So we want to look at this profit margin column, and we want to give them a 5% bonus if it's equal to or greater than 15,000, and we want to give them nothing if it's less than 15,000. So we need to test this cell here, B2, and in E2 we're going to put the if function. So I'm going to just type equals if, open parenthesis. Then I'm going to go ahead and click on B2, and I'm going to, that'll bring B2 into the parentheses, or we could type B2. And then I'm going to type in if it's greater than or equal to 15,000, and that's our logical test. So underneath you see the tooltip, which is really useful. It gives you the function name, then it gives you the arguments you need to enter. So the first argument here is our logical test. So once we've entered our logical test, then Excel is asking us, well, what's the value if this is true? So our value if this is true is going to be 0.05 times B2. And we can put in a comma, and now Excel is going to ask us the value if this is false. So there's a couple of options you have if it's false. One is that you can just finish the function. You can just forget about the comma and just put a closing parenthesis, and then Excel will just do the function, and it will return the word false if this logical test is not true, or it will do the computation if it's true. Or what you can do is you can put something in the false value of false slot so that it looks a little cleaner, or you can put some kind of computation in the value of false. So we don't really have a computation in this example. We just want it to have a 0. So we're going to put a 0 in there. So again, the logical test is the first part. If the logical test is true, then you do the second section. If the logical test is false, it's going to do the last section. So we're going to go ahead and close that up, press enter. So Excel went and evaluated B2, and it saw the B2 was equal to or greater than 15,000, and then it returned 0.05 times B2. Now I'm going to go ahead and copy this function down the range here. So once I copy this function down the range, what happens is Excel uses relative referencing to pick up the references to the left of the current function cell. So now you can see Excel is evaluating B2, and then it's evaluating B3 and B4 and so on. So it just ran the function through each name, and it computed it properly, and now we know what the bonuses are and who gets a bonus.